Hi everyone, it's Marisa from bumblebeeapothecary.com, and today I'm going to do sort of a vlog style video where I'm going to show us buying different food. So it's going to include like what we got in our Azure Standard order this month, what we're getting when we're going to a few different stores, that sort of thing. Just sort of bring you along and show you. So I have several other videos up that I've done at different times on my channel already where I show where we source different foods. So that's more of like a talking video where I show the different categories of food that we get and where we source everything from, how we like to grow as much as we can, buy directly from farms, do some other things like Azure Standard and stuff like that. But I wanted to do more of a vlog style where I'm just bringing you along as we're getting things and show specifically what we're getting like on different shopping trips and different orders that we get from places. So let's go ahead and get started. And by the way, this is not all in one day. This is just throughout about a week or so when I've happened to do these various things or get these various things, then I just pull out the camera and film it so that you guys can see like in real time. So like I've talked about in my like where we source food type videos, we like to get as much as we can, especially meat, straight from the farm. So we will get things like a whole pig, a whole beef, we will get a whole lamb, know the farmer, know how they're raised, be able to shake their hand, talk to them. That's really the best. And then some of the things we grow ourselves, so like our chickens or meat chickens, we will raise those ourselves. We will fill in a little bit here and there with some other things, like sometimes we'll get some natural free-range bacon, sometimes we'll get like these sausages or these grass-fed beef burger patties just to kind of fill in a little bit to try to make sure that one beef and the one pig and one or two lambs can last us all year along with our chickens. So we'll fill in just a little bit here and there, but primarily it's what we're able to get from farms. And then of course the raw milk is another big one that we get straight from the farm. For eggs, we have our own chickens in the backyard, and our current batch is going to be switched out pretty soon to some new younger hens. And in the meantime, we've been needing to supplement a little bit with some pasture-raised eggs from the store. So we will do that, but we try as much as we can to raise all of the eggs that we use ourselves. So I did not film while we were at the store for this particular one, but Whole Foods is one of those places that I have gone to off and on once in a while. So right now we're kind of in between our own chickens that we like to raise. We have a few of them left in the freezer, but we have long ago used up all the feet and heads and extra things like that. So Whole Foods is one of the places where you can go to get these smaller packages of organic chicken feet. So I will every now and then go there just for these and maybe like one or two other things. I don't really get anything else much there except for a couple other things I'm going to show you, but Whole Foods is a place where you can get that if you're looking for organic chicken feet. You can also order them online a few different places, but they're very inexpensive from Whole Foods. Another thing that I like to get from either Whole Foods or Sprouts or similar like health food store type of places is extra cream. So we get our raw milk, which you can see back there, but there isn't always enough cream that as much as we would like to use. So I'll get this Kelowna Supernatural organic whipping cream, low temp pasteurized, non-homogenized, grass-fed cows, small family farms. So it's almost as good as raw, and we will generally culture this, and then it's like adding life back to it when you culture it, so then it's almost as good as raw. So I like to stock up on that whenever I'm going to places to use for ice cream and cultured cream to add to different things and all kinds of stuff like that. So when I stopped at Whole Foods today for the chicken feet, I got the chicken feet, the cream that I just showed you, and then also they're one of the places where you can get pretty decent seafood options. So here in Colorado where we're landlocked, there are more limited options for good seafood, but Whole Foods does have like whole fish with the heads on for making fish stock. bones in and all that kind of thing. And so that can be a place. We got a big piece of wild caught salmon that we want to do for dinner, which is kind of fun because we don't do seafood super often around here, so we always really enjoy it when we do. They also have other things like wild caught shrimp and different things, just some nice seafood options. Again, you can also order those online, and I've done that before, but sometimes it's fun to be able to have a local option to be able to go pick it up. What is that? Did you grow it? That's really good. Oh yeah, those are the seeds inside. Very nice. So another thing that we like to do, of course, is to try to grow as much food as we can, not only the chickens and the eggs, but vegetables as well. So this year with the garden, it's been a little different. We have some things here. Some squashes, pumpkins, some tomatoes, the green bean plant that my son planted, a few other things, but it's pretty minimal. We were very minimal with the garden this year because if you've seen some of my other videos, we are really trying to find a property to buy with acreage and sell our house and move, and it's taking a little while to find something because there's not very much out there for sale. So we weren't sure how long we were going to be here this summer, and so we didn't plant a whole lot, but we do have some things. But yes, speaking of growing food, that is our goal, to get some acreage and do more of our own meat, lots more vegetables, great, and just as much as we can and have fun with it. So that's where we're at with the garden right now. But some things that I like to grow in general, typically, are things that cost more to buy or really make a difference when they're homegrown versus bought at the grocery store. So these are things like winter squash, because those can really add up if you're eating a lot of those and buying a lot of them. That can really add up and be expensive. So winter squash, pumpkins, onions, cabbages for making a lot of sauerkraut, cucumbers for making pickles. I like to grow herbs, beets, things like that. Other things like carrots that are pretty inexpensive to buy, I will skip, and we'll usually buy those. But again, if we have more space to garden, if we can get another property, then we may change and grow more yet. So we'll keep you posted as always on that progress. But those are the things I like to do. Onions are really nice because they're very low maintenance. They're easy to grow, easy to store. You pretty much just have to lay them out or hang them up somewhere to dry, and homegrown onions are amazing. So yeah, that's what we like to do as far as growing vegetables. Yeah? Oh, that's not ready to pick yet. So here is a typical shopping trip at Costco. So we have a Costco membership, and it's not amazing or the best place to shop necessarily, but there are some things that we find helpful, so we do still go there. So one of the things that we like to get is some meat to just kind of fill in to help our whole animals last the whole year. So we'll get these grass-fed beef patties. They are really nice for a quick dinner because you can cook them from frozen. So we like making burgers with those. And then some bacon, just because we quickly use up the bacon that comes with our whole pig that we buy. So they have this one that has no sugar, all natural pork. So it's a pretty good option. And then we'll get some things like the mayonnaise to kind of fill in. There's some frozen fruits and vegetables. We'll get some frozen berries sometimes. We have some frozen cauliflower that we got this time. We get green beans and peas when they have them, broccoli, things like that. And then there are sardines that are wild caught in olive oil. We like to get those because those are nice to have on hand for like a quick lunch or a snack or something for somebody. They're a nice option for seafood that we like to include. And then the sparkling mineral water in glass bottles is another thing that we like to get there and just enjoy for like a fun beverage. So that is a very typical Costco shopping trip for us right there. So here is actually a pretty typical thing that we will do when we get something from Sprouts. It's usually just a few little things to kind of fill in where we get other things. And so, like, for example, this time we wanted some limes to make the Gap's key lime pie that I have, the recipe that I have. So we have a bag of those, and then it's also a really good place to just grab homeopathic remedies that you might need. So these health food type stores don't work out for us to do the bulk of our shopping at. Like I said before, we like to prioritize farms and co-ops and things like that, growing our own food. But just for filling in here and there, it's really handy to be able to just grab something like extra limes for making a dessert. Like, we're planning to have some people over for dinner, and so we wanted to make sure that we had that. This particular store and other health food stores like it are also good places to get things like the extra cream, or just like this, little things of produce to fill in here and there. So, and then also the homeopathic remedies or something like that you just need, and you don't really want to wait for them to arrive if you order them online. So just wanted to show you that little bit of Sprouts is the store that we got that from. Another thing that we get there regularly is the eggs that I showed you, pasture-raised eggs to fill in when we don't quite have enough of our own, things like that. So just little things here and there.
Apple, monkey, apricot.
Another thing that we like to do is get a weekly subscription box from Misfits Market. So it's a really good way to save money on organic produce, because they source produce that there's either they have extras, like overstock items, or they just are a little bit funny shaped or sized. And so here's some typical items that we get from there. So I just get like staple things that we use a lot of. So carrots, onions, some potatoes. We'll get fruit from there, like peaches we got this time. We'll also get apples quite a bit. We have some avocados. And that's, sometimes we'll get different things like celery if I need it, or just kind of whatever produce. The thing is, you always have to like plan ahead, because you choose what's coming in the box almost a week before it's delivered. So that's why we still do filling in at Sprouts every now and then, because if I didn't plan quite right, then I sometimes won't have the right amount for what I need for that week, so then I'll end up going there. But for the most part, once you get into a good routine of how much you need to use each week and sort of getting an idea for that and planning ahead, for the most part, we're able to get our produce for the week from here. So it really saves. I find that planning ahead and just getting what's going to come in the box every week is really nice, because you can be more intentional about what you're getting, rather than going into the store and seeing more and more things and be like, oh, let's get that and that and that. It really helps it to stick to more of a budget if you're just planning on this once a week produce box. This morning we're off on our way to go get our Azure order. So it's a monthly buying co-op, and it's Azure Standard is the company. I've talked about them quite a few times before on here, but I've been buying from them for years, and I really like it as a great source of like pantry staple type items. That's where I get our cheese and our butter. You can get lots of different things from there. So how it works is you place your order, you choose the drop that's closest to you, and the coordinator lets you know when the truck is due to arrive. And when the truck comes, you just go over there. It's a big semi truck, there it is. And everybody just pulls up, gets their packages. Everybody kind of helps unload the truck and sorts everybody's packages. That's how we do it at this drop anyway. And then everybody can just take their items and load them up and then be on your way. So here's a really typical Azure Standard order for us. So I have 2 boxes of this raw cheddar cheese. Each box has 2 big 2.5 pound blocks, and so that'll be plenty of us for at least a month. And then this one has the vat cultured grass-fed butter. So these are big 1 pound pieces here. There's a box of those, and then some other random things in this box. So we have some dish soap, some onion powder, some vanilla extract, and then I also have back there some lemon extract and peppermint extract. So just a couple staple items that I needed to get some more of, and then some more dish soap. Another thing that we like to do is farmers markets. We like to do these seasonally, and today we are on the lookout for some cucumbers because we want to make pickles, and it's always really fun just to walk around and see what all there is. So we're gonna head out to a farmers market. So here is our box that we get from Organic Bread of Heaven. So I do like to make my own sourdough things as often as I can, and I do. So I tend to make more of the quicker type of things when it comes to sourdough. So I like to do like waffles, pancakes, biscuits, different things like that. At this particular season of life that I'm in right now, I don't find myself making bread, sourdough bread myself very much, just because it's a bit more of a labor-intensive process. I know that I will get there as my kids get older and all of that. I have done sourdough bread in the past, and it's really fun. I just have been doing the quicker things mostly lately. But for a few items, I do like to order. I have a once-a-month subscription from Organic Bread of Heaven, and I really like them because they have the traditional grains. They're long fermented, organic. You can get sprouted. So like this is the bread that I like to get from there. Sprouted spelt sourdough. We've already been using some of this. I just kind of pulled it out to show you. So I like to get like 3 loaves of bread a month, 3 pizza crusts, and 3 packages of their hamburger buns, and then make that last for a month and then fill in with homemade sourdough. But I like to get the sprouted spelt in all of these things, and we've been really happy with that. Like everything else, I'll have a link down in the description box where you can find these guys and order from them yourself if you're interested. I hope that you enjoyed coming along while we shop and source different things. I hope that you found that interesting to see kind of our typical buying hauls and what we get from various places. I will link as many things as I can down in the description box in case you're looking for anything like that. I also have links to free ebooks and other goodies down there. I also have my meal plans and different things like that, so you can check those out if you're interested. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with anybody else you think would find it interesting or helpful. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I get out new videos every week on nourishing recipes and natural living. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.